Hello fellow electromites and welcome to the channel. This is my very first video, so I would like to take a few moments to introduce myself and the channel before jumping into today's subject, which, as you can see, is this gorgeous 10 Bolivares coin from Venezuela, also known as the doblon. I am Electrum Standard, and this channel is dedicated to the discovery of the world of silver, gold and other precious metals. So if that's something that you are interested in, I would appreciate it if you would like this video, subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's jump straight into today's coin review. What we have in front of us here is a 1973 silver coin with a face value of 10 Bolivares, also known locally as a doblon. The coin is of course dedicated to Simón Bolívar, the liberator of a large swath of South America from under the Spanish, which of course includes Venezuela as well. The original doblon is actually a 2 escudo gold coin that was minted in Spain and the viceroyalties of Spain, which were New Spain, Peru and Nueva Granada. The reason why this silver coin is also called a doblon is that when it came out in 1973, it was valued at twice as much as the 5 Bolivares coin, which were the standard at the time, hence the name doblon, which basically means double in Spanish. On its obverse, the coin features the inscription República de Venezuela. Let me turn it around. So it, like I said, it features the inscription República de Venezuela, as you can see here, which of course means the Republic of Venezuela, and the nominal face value of 10 Bolivares, as you can see here. To the left of that, we can observe this small depression in which the Venezuelan coat of arms is basically stamped. Now, I know the detail is not as great on this lens, so maybe you cannot see the coat of arms in such a great detail, but I will explain to you what exactly is happening in that coat of arms, and I will try to also get some macro pictures of it so you could perhaps see it better. The coat of arms of Venezuela was approved by the Venezuelan Congress on April 18th, 1836, and its features are as follows. Starting from the top, above the central shield, we can see there two cornucopias, which are the horns of plenty from the Greek mythology and Roman mythology, and out of them flows the wealth of the country, which in this case is represented by all sorts of fruits and vegetables, and they're pouring out of the horns. On the left and on the right of the shield, central shield, we can find a olive branch and also a palm branch. The olive branch symbolizes peace, I assume, as it would in any Christian or Catholic country. And those two branches, the olive and the palm branches, are tied together at the base by a band on which there are inscribed the words. You can only see those probably with a microscope or a very good macro lens. The words inscribed there are 19th of April 1810 and Independencia, which means independence, so the day of Venezuelan independence. And on the other side, they are inscribed 20th of February 1859 and the word Federación, which basically means that the Federation of Venezuela was established at that date. On the shield itself, in the dexter sheath, we will find a sheaf of wheat that symbolizes the 20 initial states of the Republic of Venezuela and the wealth of the nation. Next to it, in the sinister sheath, we will find the two flags hanging from lances and other weapons, including a sword and a saber that symbolizes the triumph in war. Below that, this is a bit larger, so you might be able to see it a bit clearly, is the figure of a horse. And that horse is meant to symbolize Simón Bolívar's white horse called Palomo, and it's an emblem of independence and freedom of Venezuela. This coat of arms is actually the old coat of arms of Venezuela, and the new one has been modified in 2006. There are not massive differences, but there are some minor changes added to the coat of arms, which includes adding the word Bolivarian here, where it's written República de Venezuela right at the bottom of the coat of arms. It's written República de Venezuela. That one now says República Bolivariana de Venezuela. And the horse itself, in this coat of arms, he is pointed to the right and with his head turned to the left. And in the new one, the whole horse is galloping to the left, which could be that could be perceived as a hint, possibly, on the direction in which the country was going under Hugo Chavez at the time. Below that, at the bottom, we have a few of the technical data of the coin. It says here 30 grams, 1973, and lei 900. Lei 900 meaning law 900, which indicates the purity of the coin, which is, of course, 9/10 or 90% silver, with the other 10% being copper. Around the edges of the coin, we can see this pattern of small triangles pointing inwards towards the center of the coin. So I'll give you one more look at the obverse. And now let's switch over to the reverse side of the coin. On the reverse side of the coin, we can see that it is dominated by the bust of Simón Bolívar, of course, looking to the left. Simón Bolívar, who is known lovingly throughout large parts of South America as El Liberador, or the Liberator, I hope needs little introduction. He was born in modern-day Venezuela, in Caracas, which is the capital of modern-day Venezuela. And he went on to basically become the George Washington of Latin America, or of South America, or of large parts of South America. And he was just as important as George Washington was to the United States, if not more important to Latin America. And he has been instrumental in the liberation of Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Panama, and Bolivia, a country which is actually named after him. I won't go into very much detail about the life of Simón Bolívar, as I'd like to keep this video under an hour long, but it's suffice to say that before his death in Santa Marta in modern-day Colombia, he helped liberate half a continent and held the presidencies of Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, and he is now today resting in the National Pantheon of Venezuela. At the base of this bust, we can distinguish the name Bare. If I can get this to focus. Yeah, I think you can see there the name Bare, which is the name of the French engraver Albert Désiré Barré, who was the chief engraver of the Paris Mint at the time when, in 1873, at the time when the first coins featuring Simón Bolívar were minted. So, he was the chief engraver of the Paris Mint, from which these coins were ordered. And as a little side note, he was the son of Jean-Jacques Barré, who preceded him as the chief engraver of the Paris Mint, and he was succeeded by Jean-Auguste Barré, which was his brother, as the chief engraver. So I'm pretty sure the Barré family was very talented, and there was no nepotism involved there. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. To the left, we can see the years, 1873 and 1973. Now, it would be reasonable for a lot of people to assume that this coin celebrates the centennial of Bolivar's birth or death, or the year he became the president of Venezuela, of the Second Republic, of the Third Republic. But actually, that would be wrong. What this coin is commemorating actually is 100 years since the first coins depicting Simón Bolívar were issued in Venezuela. The coins were called Venezuelano or something like that, and they were ordered from the Paris Mint, hence the name Barré of the engraver, inscribed at the base. Towards the bottom of the coin we can find the inscription Simón Bolívar, and the same triangle pattern around the edges applies to the reverse as well. The edge of the coin itself, if I can just take it out for a second. So the edge itself, I hope you can see it. Let's see if it can focus. It says Centenario de la efigie del Liberador en la moneda, which basically translates as the centenary of the effigy of the liberator on the coin. Yeah, so that's self-explanatory. It's the 100-year anniversary of when the first coins featuring the face of Simón Bolívar were issued by the Venezuelan Republic. To wrap it up, or to sum it up, these coins were actually minted at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, and there are approximately 2 million of these minted. And you can find them today for about $30 to $40, which in my opinion is worth the price, because I consider it personally one of the nicest coins in my collection, and hence I decided to use this as the first coin with which I start my new channel. So yeah, I think it's an awesome coin. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this first video, and I'm looking forward to your comments, to your questions, your suggestions, how to make the videos better, how to make them more to your liking. I've already ordered a microphone and some lights, and so hopefully the lighting and the audio in future videos will be better. I will also take a few stills of the coin in which I can hopefully capture a bit more of the detail in them, and I will also post them now at the end of this video. So thanks again for watching the video. I hope you like and subscribe to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and it will encourage me to make future videos on the exotic coins that I have in my collection. And yeah, thank you and happy stacking.